All right, now that I've given this glue a sufficient amount to dry, of time to dry. Anyway, first thing I did was I cut the edges flush with my little rolling cutter thingy. And now I'm going to go ahead and lay out where my stitch lines are going to go. I've got my dividers and they're set at just a hair. Oop, that's a couple of hairs. There we go. Just a hair over 1/8 of an inch, which is how I usually space my stitches. That'll do. And I'm just going to mark the leather where the stitch lines are going to go. I'm not going to groove these either, because I really see no reason to. Some people are against grooving stitch lines. They're like, no, 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 don't groove it, you'll ruin it. But if you're working in 9-ounce leather, you're going to have to groove it pretty daggone deep to weaken it. It's just sometimes I want my stitches to, that'll work right there, lay on the surface, and sometimes I want them recessed a bit, just for looks. And again, I'm going to lay them out with my punches before I start actually punching. And all I'm going to do is just take my little 4-pronger. Can't seem to talk today. And just push it into the leather. And then I'll just mark it where I'm going to put my stitch holes in. Putting it along the line and giving it a little bit of a push, and that's all. And it is almost perfect. Just short, but I can make that up. So I'm going to continue doing that and then start punching these holes. Got all those, excuse me, got all those holes punched. And even though I'm not going to groove them on this side, I am going to groove them on the inside, because I don't want the knife sheath, the knife rather, catching on them and cutting them. Or when the knife is in place, I don't want that rubbing on them, which could damage the threads. So I just use my stitch groover and a straight edge. Now I'm obviously not going to groove these on the ends. Yeah, but then again, I just might. No, probably not, because I don't think I'll be going all the way through the leather anyway with my stitches. I'll just lay my straight edge, put my groover along it, taking into account the thickness of the groover itself, and groove it. Hey, check it out, I'm grooving on a sunny afternoon. Now, of course, next thing to do is to stitch this thing on, and I'm going to go ahead and use some black thread for that. And just stitch it across the top and the bottom. I don't want to stitch it on the ends, because that's where it's going to hold the sheath together. So I'm going to stitch it across top, across the bottom, and the stitches will go down into that groove, which will protect it from the knife blade. And then I'm going to wet this thing and form it around my mold, hoping that that'll make stitching the whole rest of the sheath a little bit easier. Well, let me get set up for stitching and we'll take care of that.